That's it. So you could bob your way down. I don't mind how you get there this morning, but just bring yourself in your chair, if you're in your chair. If you're on your mat, you're coming down just to a relaxation position. And you might have your band handy. Don't worry if you haven't, it's not a problem. Good, and then we'll just start with our arms at the side of the body, back of the head on the mat. And just while we're waiting for everybody to get in place and just to join in, we could have 5 steady breaths. So inhaling through the nose, and let's exhale out through the mouth. Let's see if we can fill up on our inhale. Our ribs, both sides of the ribs, can we fill up the front of the chest and the back of the body? So kind of that whole area. And it helps stimulate our diaphragm to do its job, stimulate the lungs, stimulates the whole body and mind. And also the slow, steady breaths are anxiety reducing. So, simple 5 lots of inhaling and exhaling just when you're in a tricky situation. This is enough time, enough focus to calm the body down. And then we're there on the mat, and we're all there, and we've all got ourselves in the right position. Notice there's might be a little bit of space between your lower back and the mat. And when you're ready, your left leg's going to stretch out towards the end of the mat, and your foot can be a little bit off the ground if you want. So it's just our lovely heel slide, reaching the leg out and bringing it back. And if we're in our chair, again, we can just stretch the leg away from us, see how far we can get it, and then bring it back. And we'll do that again. So reaching the leg out, exhaling away, and inhaling back. And if we're moving a little bit in the hips and the back, that's absolutely fine, isn't it, just to start with? And we'll do one more exactly like that. So if we're moving a little bit, that's fine just for now. Reach the left leg out on the exhale, and then bring it back on the in. So reaching away, and then coming back. Good. And then we pause. So now we're going to move the upper body. It's just going to be the left arm. The left arm comes up, and then the left arm goes over your head. Try not to force anything. The left arm comes up and back to the side. Exactly the same if we're seated in our chair. So it can be the inhale, the fingertips up, and the exhale, the fingertips back. And notice if there are any restrictions in this left side. And we'll do that twice more. So we've got the back of the shoulder on the mat. We've got the space between the ear and the shoulder. And just noticing if we're tight in that side. So maybe making a little bit less, just so we don't create any pain or strain. But just seeing if in these first few movements, how the body's working this morning. Now let's pause then, and then exactly the same on the right. So inhale the right arm up, the back of the shoulder stays on the mat, the space between the ear and the shoulder stays. And I know on this left side, my shoulder definitely feels a lot tighter. Where with the dog, I'm throwing the ball a lot for him at the moment with one of those long throwers. And for her, did I say him? For her, oh dear, I'm losing the plot. I don't know what my dog is. And so I know with my right arm, I'm chucking the ball, probably 100 a day. So I know for me, that's tightening up this right side. So I probably need to swap to the other arm when I do that. So we'll do the same last one of these. And coming back to our start. And remember, it typically is the things that we're doing on a daily basis that cause those stresses. So if we can pinpoint those, sometimes it's quite handy. So now we'll do starfish. So we'll do the same right arm, but the left leg. So we can inhale, start to raise the right arm and the leg, and then stretching out on the exhale. Good, inhale, bringing the arm and the leg back, and exhale, the foot and the hand come back. So you can do those couple of breaths. It's quite nice just to start moving, left arm, right leg, and then use that exhale as a really good stretch. And then just start to fold the left arm and the right leg in, and the exhale brings you back to your start position. Let's do that again, 4 more times in total. So right arm and left leg. So you can keep your pelvis fairly still now, maybe even keep your lower back fairly close to the mat. I don't welcome anybody that's just joined us. Go, we'll do the same again. Just getting that lovely stretch, waking up the body, but getting the mind and the body into that kind of Pilates mode. The evenness, the steady pace, the coordination, the alignment. And maybe even thinking about using our centre with our breath as well. So lightly drawing those tummy muscles in. Doing really well, going. Good, and then coming back to our start. Good, and then when we're ready, we can take the legs over to one side, or we can do this in the chair. We could add the little twist of the upper body in the chair if we wanted, and we can go side to side with the legs. Good, inhaling and exhaling. Now leave your head and your shoulders in the same position, and see if you can move from the middle part of your back. Yeah, so round those shoulder blades, the middle part of the back and your waist into your lower back, but your upper body still. So the back of the shoulders, if we're on the mat, are anchored to the mat. And if we're in our chair, we might be moving the upper body, but keeping the lower body fairly still. Good, inhaling and exhaling, just as feels good as you do that. Well done. There, if we're in the chair, 1 more each side, anchoring the shoulders, anchoring the back of the head. If we're on the mat, should still feel quite a lovely pull through the middle of the body there. Good, and then take a pause. Arms can come back to the side of the body, and then we'll lift the right knee over the hip, keeping the pelvis really still. Good, stretch the right leg out, bring the right leg back, and put the foot down. Good, so notice where the pelvis and the back is, lift the left knee, inhaling up. Exhaling the leg out, a lovely stretch, back doesn't move. Inhale the leg in and exhale the foot back down. Oh, good, and then show me that again, 6 more repetitions, bringing the knee up. If we're in our chair, we could do just the heel, maybe even sliding the heel out, coming in and resting. Yeah? Good, so just the prep for the single leg stretch really, isn't it? But quite nice to really get that stretch from the thigh, so reaching out from the hip all the way through that whole length of the thigh. But do you remember, we're not moving the hip with us, so it's really tempting, isn't it, to think we're lifting the leg and then we're reaching the whole side of the body, taking the hip with us, but we're isolating that thigh movement, aren't we? Keeping the thigh bone in our minds into that hip socket, so kind of almost pulling the leg back into the hip joint as you stretch the leg out. And that gives us that really good sense of using those thigh muscles, doesn't it? So rather than kind of just slinging the leg away and moving the hips, kind of think about the integrity of the thigh bone. Good, and then we'll finish with 1 more each side, so of our single leg stretch, lengthening out through the thigh. On our left side to finish. And then coming back. Good, and then from here we can let the back imprint. We can bring the right leg up to do our 1, 2, 3 and stretch. Or if you prefer, you're in your chair with your band and your hamstring stretch. Yeah, or you're on the ground with your band and your hamstring stretch. If it's better for your knee to not do the bouncing. Otherwise, 4 more times, so whichever suits you. Could we add the flex of the foot? 1, 2, 3, and then flex. So inhale, 2, 3, and then flex. If the band works better for you, then do that. 2 more, inhale. Gently moving around that knee joint, exhale. And then last time, inhaling in. And then exhaling to create that length. Well done. Good, bend the knee, put the foot back to the floor. You will have felt the thigh doing some work. Again, the back can imprint. The left leg can come in. You can put the band around the left foot if you prefer. Or 1, 2, 3, and then add the stretch. 1, 2, 3, inhaling, and then really lengthen the leg up, but keep the lower back on the mat. Well done. 1, 2, 3, and then find that really good stretch of the leg. Add the flex. 4, breath in. 2, 3, lengthen, add the flex. 3, yeah, well done. 2 to go. Inhaling in, and then exhaling out. Last time, inhaling in, and exhaling, reaching the leg up, adding that flex, or if you're with your band, pausing there to stretch. Good, we can take the band off, put the foot down to the floor. Good, arms at the side of the body, something flat in the back of the head rather than your cushion, and into the bridge. So we can imprint the back, inhaling, and then exhaling. Let's ground the feet, keep the knees and feet in alignment, and curl all the way up into our bridge. Yeah. Take a breath at the top, and then when you're ready, inhale, start to come down, and exhale all the way back down to our start. Now repeat your bridge another 6 times, and if we're in our chair, we might even do just a little roll down, just so we get the same mobility through the back. So it could be seated in our chair, rolling down, and then rolling all the way back up. Yeah, good. Now if we're in our bridge, we're just making sure that we've got our heels directly under the knees. Yeah, so we're going to keep our heels or our feet directly under our knees. Good. I'll just show you again, just in case you've missed that one. Good. So knees and feet in hip width, arms at the side, imprinting your back to the mat. So you roll your lower back into the mat, and then you use your arms for support as you pick yourself up off the mat. Now, no, not too much pressure in the neck and the shoulders if you can manage it. And then gradually coming down with the upper body, the upper back, the middle back, the lower back, and all the way back to our start. Then relax completely, readjust where you need, and we'll go again. Now, good, really quite tempting on the bridge to take the weight all the way into the neck and the shoulders. So just really making sure that your feet are firm, your thighs, your glute muscles are firm, so you can really add the lift rather than going up and back. So you shouldn't be putting extra pressure into the neck and the shoulders. Yeah. Well done. Good. And then when you've come down out of that last bridge, no rush. Now when you've come all the way down from the upper back, middle back, and the lower back, come all the way back to your start. Well done. Then we're going to try the arms all the way up to the ceiling and all the way over your head. So both arms. Good, just relaxing there. Noticing you can open across your front of your shoulder, your back of your shoulder. And then bring the arms up and back to the side of the body. Good, and we're going to do 2 more bridges, and we're going to add the arms at the top. So make sure your heels are pretty much under your knees. Now, so if your feet are too far away, you'll end up kind of really overworking the back and not feeling very steady. As much as you can, heels underneath. Yeah, roughly. Feet can be wider, which is quite nice as well, so you can have your feet wider than your hips. So we imprint the back on the inhale, and we exhale to peel up towards our shoulders, a little bit less if it's better for the neck. And then we bring the arms up, and now the arms are in a lovely V. So if you look up to your arms, they're wider than your shoulders. And then you take the arms all the way back. And then we start to come down. Now we leave the arms, and we come down on the next inhale. And then the exhale brings us all the way back down to the mat. Imprinting your back, lengthening out through your back, and then you can bring your arms up and back to the side of the body. Yeah, we're going to do that just one more time. So we could do arm openings in our chair. Yeah, so we could do our lovely stretch. Good. So we get that nice little soft V, really gentle V. Yeah, adding the arms if we wanted in our bridge pose. And and then slowly coming down. See if you can leave your arms over your head and then come out of your bridge. Yeah, so if you need to go back up, fine. Leave your arms over your head and then come out of your bridge slowly from there. Well done. So peeling back down, getting the lower back down. Don't forget that lower back. Yeah, really well done. Good, so when you've come out of that last bridge, we're nearly there on our back. Good, and again, we could do the same thing in our chair. So in the chair, you could have the feet lightly together and then just be moving one knee at a time. If you're with me, you've got your feet together, so it could be just the ball of your big toe. Don't worry about your ankles, you don't want to strain your feet, hurt your feet, yeah, that's right. Don't know what I'm talking about there. So now our right knee is going to open to the right, keeping the pelvis still. So you roll onto the outside edge of your right foot. Your left leg hasn't done anything. Your left foot's planted to the ground and you've opened the knee as far as the body will allow. Have the hands on the hips and notice your hips haven't rolled to the left, and then you're exhaling to bring that right knee back up to the ceiling. So again, the pelvis is still. Open the right knee to the right. This is our pelvic stability, as well as some work to open up into the inner thigh and the hips. Good, and then on the exhale, bringing the knee back to the start. So it's the same right leg, twice more. Open the right knee to the right. See if it's got a little bit further on this third time round. The left foot's grounded, the hips haven't shifted to the right, and you're bringing your foot all the way back to the start. So we're opening the right knee to the right, inhaling to open, pelvis stays level. And then exhale, bring the right leg in, ground the right foot. Inhale, open the left knee to the left without moving the right, roll to the outside edge of the right foot. Foot is grounded on the right, bring the leg back to your start. Inhale, open the knee to the left, the left leg to the left. Just trying to confuse you. And then exhale, bring the foot back to the start. Good, pelvis stays absolutely still, back doesn't move. Notice those tummy muscles will kick in a little bit to help you stabilise the right leg and the pelvis. Exhaling back, we are nearly there. Inhale, open the left knee for the last time to the left, so you can roll onto that outside edge of the foot. And then exhale, bring the leg back in. Well done. Now both knees widen and roll to the outside edge of both feet. But notice, you might be feeling quite free as you do that. So we've done that little practice and the knees might just feel a little bit more open. We can feel the groin, the inner thighs stretching, opening up a little bit into the front of the body here, like with our bridge. And then we can use the hands on the outside of the thighs and bring the legs in. Well done. And then just bring the legs together. So that's just a butterfly position, that's called, just for a stretch for the inner thighs. Good, so now the legs are together. We're going to make our way slowly over and up to standing, but some of you will join me in 4-point kneeling. Yeah, for 4-point kneeling swimming. Now, if you come up to standing, you could do shoulder rolls and arm circles if you wanted. Yeah. So rolling over to our side, some of us will come straight up rather than coming to kneeling. Bring your knees under your hips and your hands under your shoulders. Good, you could just move the lower body if you wanted. We're going to be here for 8 repetitions. Lengthen out through your spine. Find space between the ears and the shoulders. And actually just staying here is quite good. Gives us a little bit of work for the upper body. If you're joining me, right arm and left leg move out towards the front and back edge of your mat. So reach your right arm forward, your left leg back. Could be just the leg action. Good, take an extra breath. Notice your back working, notice your balance, and then gradually bring the hand and the leg back. Yeah, I'll do one more with you. So left arm and right leg, opening the right palm, maybe even using the tucked left back toes. That can help stabilise the body there, reaching out, lengthening. And then your next in-breath, bringing yourself back. Now, if you could do another 6 of those, that would be brilliant. I'm just going to have a look what we're doing. Yeah. Oh, well done. Yeah, I can see some standing roll downs as well. Yeah, lovely. Brilliant. So hang on a minute, guys. I'm seeing a little bit of kind of this. Back changing, knee bending, arm bending. So don't be lazy on this one. So length through the back, and it's a reaching out. It's a straight arm lengthening and the straight leg lifting. And then you're lowering and softening everything back to the start. Oh, well done. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, lovely. Good. And then if you do your right arm and left leg one more time each way, could you reach, lengthen, stretch and hold 3, hold 2, hold 1, and then return. Same as the other side. Exhaling left arm and right leg. We're nearly there, then we'll all be up. Yeah, oh lovely, Wilna, I'm loving these. Yes, straight back leg. Yeah, lovely neck and shoulder alignment, guys. Really lengthening that back leg and then coming down. You are fantastic. Okay, so now we can make our way up to standing. I'm not going to ask you to do one foot in front because we're going to wake up these legs anyway in a moment. So that could be rocking back towards your feet, lowering your heels down, keeping your knees really bent as you bring yourself all the way up to your standing position. Okay, so now we're going to grab our chair. So grab your chair for me. And we've got, how many sets have we got? Oh, we've got 3 sets of our squats. Hang on a minute. Squat and calf raise, squat and arm raise on both together. So we've actually got 4 lots of 8. 4 lots of 8. Yeah, so bring yourself to your seated position at the front edge of your chair, and this is what you're practicing, so I know it and I'm wanting to see really good stuff here. Heels are a little bit closer to the chair. Do make sure you're perched kind of, towards that front edge of the chair. Hands on the thighs, lean, inhaling, exhale, stand. Inhale, sit the hips back, and exhale, pop the bottom down. Yeah. Now remember, you're more than welcome to use maybe just the touch of the fingertips to the chair, just to give us that sense of security. So I'm not asking you to feel, unsafe at all. So in this first set, absolutely fine, just to skim the hands back, but try not to use the arms. I'm having a look, you've got 5 to do. So inhale, exhale, stand. Oh, now you're just showing off. Some of us are jumping in the air. No, I'm only kidding. Yeah, really well done. Really well done. Good, lovely, brilliant. So knees and feet are in hip width. Beautiful work, beautiful. So, yeah, nice. Oh, you're just going too good at this, you lot. Yeah, lovely, good. And you don't have to be in a low chair. I'm not asking you to be in a really low chair. And do make sure your knees are okay. So if you're doing this now in a lower chair than hips in line with your knees, then maybe when you're practicing at home, use a normal kitchen chair, just so we don't aggravate the knees. Okay, second set. I can see you all springing around there. Let's cross the arms. Oh no, hang on a minute. No, we're not. We're coming up to a calf raise. So we're going to leave the hands on the thighs so the arms can help us if they need. Lean forward, stand, inhale, lift to a calf raise, exhale down, inhale and exhale to sit back. So you can add as many breaths as you want there. So we're leaning forward, we stand firmly, we come into our calf raise, we lower, and then we come back down. Yeah? So we lean forward, we find our thighs, we stand, we lift, we lower, and then we hinge the hips back to come back down. Yeah, lovely. And again, forward and stand. Add the calf raise, lower the heels. Yeah. Now remember, with your calf raise, it is a balance. I don't mind if it's a single heel, 4 to go, but fix your gaze ahead. So fix your gaze, that will help you. Yeah, 3 to go. So do our lean, our stand, our lift, our lower, and our sit down. Yeah, 2 to go. Come forward, inhaling, exhale, stand, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Good, lean forward, stand, lift and lower, and then sit back down for me. Really well done. Now, if you've got your ball, just grab your ball for me. I'll give everybody a moment to do that. We're going to have the ball between the knees, and we're going to do that as we come up. Yeah, so we're going to keep that ball there as we come up to standing. We're also going to try that cross of the arms. Yeah, if you haven't got your ball, do not worry, but ball somewhere between your knees and inner thighs. Feet are then facing forward. Heels are still back towards your chair a little bit. Cross your arms over your chest. Lean in, give the ball a squeeze, find your feet, and then exhale up, give the ball that little squeeze again. Yeah, good. Inhale, lean forward. Exhale, sit the bottom back. Now, if we're being, a bit pedantic, we've crossed the arms over the other direction. We'll feel odd. Lean forward again, squeeze on the ball, come up to standing. Yeah, good. And then keep that light squeeze on the ball as we come back, lower down, and we can switch arms. But we don't have to keep switching arms. That's absolutely fine. So let's go again. 6 of those. Yeah. Good. Nice and slowly. Nice and controlled. Yeah. Lean. Yeah. And the ball's going to keep that alignment of the knees and the feet, isn't it? Yeah. So that's what we're doing, trying to keep that alignment with the hips. Yeah. Beautiful. Good, 4 to go, so lean and then stand, give the ball a bit of a squeeze, that's going to give those inner thighs. Guys, you are brilliant. Yeah, so I know you're practicing this because it's showing me that this is, really looking fairly straightforward. Yeah, and yes, we'll be feeling the thighs. Have a sit down if you need, So, now you could miss out the last set if you wanted. So don't feel like you have to do this last set. Yeah, good. Stay there for me. Have a little breather. Same ball, but then we're just going to reach the arms up to the sky. That's all. There's nothing in it. Nothing we can't do. So we're going to do our stand on the exhale. Inhale, exhale, stand. And then we can reach the arms all the way up if we wanted. Yeah. Slight change for our last 4, but we'll do this 4 together now. So ball between the knees, lean, stand on the exhale. Inhale, give me a lovely reach. Good. And then exhale, see if you can sit back down. Good. Well done. So lean forward. Good. Stand. Add that reach on the next in. Good. And then the exhale, come all the way back down. Lovely. So lean, stand, ball squeeze, reach the arms, lower back down into our seat. We'll do one more like that. So we lean forward, we stand, we can inhale the arms up, and we can exhale. Now, the last 4, you could now have a breather and just enjoy a little squeeze of the ball if you wanted, a little pulse, or you can join me here. Lean forward, squat, reach, and then stand. So there's a moment where we're in that static position. Lower the arms and then sit back. So it's more like a yoga squat because we add the arms in there. So lean, hover off the chair, reach the arms, and then exhale to stand up and then lower the arms down. Yeah? Breath in and a breath out to sit down. Yeah, you've got 2 more to do. I'm watching. So lean, lift the hips, reach the arms up. Good, and then stand. And then lower the arms and sit back. You've got 1 more, but I'm absolutely happy if you're just having a break now. So I'll lean, our little hover, I'll reach, see if we can get those arms up, keeping the squeeze on the ball, then stand, exhaling up. Inhale and exhale as you sit back down. Really well done. So if we've got our ball now, we're still at the edge of the chair and we're just going to do that little squeeze. So I'll show you from here. So we're just going to squeeze the ball. 8, 7, 6, 5. You're sitting down. I'm just showing you from here. You can still sit down. Go 3, 2, and 1. Yeah, good. And then we'll do that again. So I want you to feel the inner thighs. You could even take the ball maybe a little bit higher up, separate the feet, and then see if you can squeeze with the inner thighs. Just gently. You're not trying to create too much pain, but a really good one for strengthening those inner thigh areas. 4 and 3, we go 2, we go 1. Yeah, good. Okay, and then I just showed you from there, but we're actually just sat down. The ball's still between the knees. Good. Squeeze on the ball, lift the heels. Squeeze the ball, lower the heels, relax. Squeeze and lift, squeeze and lower. Squeeze and lift, squeeze and lower. Yeah, 4 more times. Squeeze and lift, squeeze and lower. Squeeze and lift, squeeze and lower. 1 more. Squeeze and lift, squeeze and lower. Yeah, really well done. Now slide the ball down to your ankles. So now the ball's between the ankles. And do you remember next week, you're going to have a tennis ball, aren't you, ready for this class? So you're going to have your tennis ball. So just find a tennis ball. Some of us have got prickly balls. Hang on a minute, is that a disease? But if it is, fine. So make sure you've got a tennis ball or some variation of that for next week. But for now, we've got the ball between the ankles, and now we're going to lift to the balls of the feet, give the ball a little squeeze, and then come back down. Yeah. So come to the balls of the feet, give the ball a squeeze, and then come back down. Yeah. Lengthen through the spine, lift, squeeze, and lower. 4. Good. Come up to the balls of the feet, give that ball a squeeze, and then come back down. 3. Good. We lift balls of the feet, balls a squeeze, and then come back down. 2 more. Lift, squeeze. So just all about that lower leg, and then last one. Well done. Lower the legs down. Good. And then we're going to take the ball again, place it back between the knees, be at the edge of your chair, just as now we're going to keep this lower body really still. Lengthen up through the spine. You're right on top of your sit bones. So those bony bits, you can feel those there. And then turn to the right side, or your camera side, whichever is better for you, and exhale to twist round to look over that same shoulder. Keep the little squeeze on the ball so it keeps the hips in the same place. And then exhale, bring ourselves back to our start position. So light connection of the ball. You don't have to give it a big squeeze, just know it's there. And then rotating round to look over that opposite shoulder. Length through the spine. Good. Inhale and exhale to come back to our start. Lovely. We have got spine twist standing today as well. So we'll do that 1 more time each side. Inhaling, start to turn. Exhale, maybe use the chair to just guide you around, get a little bit more movement into that middle part of the back. And then gradually unwind. Here comes our last one. I'm just having a look at you. So lengthening up, inhaling round, exhaling to get that extra little bit of a twist. Can you use the fingertips somewhere on your chair to get you a little bit further round without compromising your neck and lovely long spine. Lovely. Good. Inhale and exhale. Popping back down. Now last little bit. Pop your ball to one side for me. Good, and then again, we're right at the edge of the chair. Right leg lifts, right leg extends, right knee bends, right foot goes down. So lift and stretch, return and lower. Guys, can you be as upright as you can for me? Guys, I need your chests lifted. So what I don't want is that. Yeah, so I'd rather you go less high. Good, we've got 6 to go. So lift, lengthen, tense that thigh, bend the knee, replace. 5, lift, extend, come in and lower. Good, 4 to go, lift, tense the thigh. Good, bend and come in. Make sure you're upright. Go less if it feels better for the hips and the back. 1 more each side. Lift, reach, return and lower. Last time, lift, and reach, return and lower and relax. Well done. Now let's push down through the feet, no hands, exhale your way up to standing. Yeah. Keep your chair handy, but put it right out of the way. Good, and then pick up your ball, if you've got your ball, And we're going to carry on with the twisting that we did. So standing spine twist. Excuse me. So, ball between the knees, roughly. You could be a little bit high, you could be a little bit lower. Just go to wherever kind of feels comfortable. And if you imagine then we're using the ball just to keep this lower body still. Yeah, so that's our aim. So with the ball in place, we're going to keep our lower body still. And that means that with our spine twist, we're going to move, yes, more through the waist, and yes, more through that middle part of the spine. The area that we need to get our seatbelt on, you know, to reach round, to get something, just to be mobile through our daily lives. Yeah? Okay, so a little squeeze on the ball, feet grounded, lengthening up through the spine, maybe even running the hands down the front of the body and the back body, just noticing where your pelvis is, checking that you're not letting your tummy and your bottom stick out. Good, and then lifting the chest, having our gaze ahead. So we've got that lovely lengthened feeling through the body. There's a bit of work going on. And then we'll come to today to our Cossack position. So that's your fingertips to each elbow. So as if we're going to go down and go into the Cossack. We're not. Take a breath in, there's length. A light squeeze on the ball to your right now, waist, exhaling, middle back, and then just looking beyond and over your shoulder. Take a breath in, and on the outward breath, come back from your waist and your middle back, and your head and your gaze will be back towards the camera side. Well done. I'm doing one more with you, then I'm having a look. So light squeeze on the ball, inhaling length. Exhale waist, feel it. Exhale middle back, notice it. And then turning your head to look over your shoulder. But you don't have to take your arms with you. I don't want you to take your elbow with you. I'd like you to keep your wrist in line with your breastbone as you're turning your body. Inhaling, you might need extra breaths, absolutely fine. And then exhaling to come back round and release. What I want you to think about when we're doing that, we're going to do 4 more repetitions, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I want you to think of wringing out the body. So you imagine you're one big dishcloth, yeah, and you're really wringing out that middle part, particularly that middle part of the back. So think of yourself as a really lovely, colourful, clean dishcloth. Yeah, okay, we're ready. 4 repetitions, but really thinking about it. So Cossack and lengthening up. Good, light squeeze on the ball, and then start with your exhale, waist, middle back. You might need an extra breath in, and then see if you can look over your shoulder as well. Now, hang on a minute, pause there for me. Well done if we're using our cushion. Pause there, without changing anything. Are your hips facing forward? Without changing anything, are your hips facing forward? Kind of, no, maybe, sort of. Coming back, inhaling and exhaling to come back around to the start. Okay, let's try that again. So little squeeze on the ball, hips shining forward, waist. So just move from the waist. Can we isolate the waist from the hips? So just moving from that little bit higher up and that middle part of the back. Good, you might change your arm position and then see if we can look over the shoulder. We might need an extra breath. Good, and then gradually unwind from the waist. So the dishcloth then just getting a little relaxed. One more time each way. So wring yourself out. Hips are shining forward, ball is squeezed. Feet to the ground, crown of the head up to the sky. Wring yourself out. Give those organs a nice little squeeze, a little scrunch. And then when you're ready, inhale and exhale your way back. We've got 1 more to do. These are looking good. These are looking good. So lengthen up, relax the shoulders, inhale, and then take that exhale round. Light squeeze on the ball. Yeah, have a breather, plant the feet down. Yeah, if you finish there, then just have a little shoulder roll. Do whatever feels good now. And then when you're ready, unravel slowly. Waist, middle back, and then your head comes back round to our start. Really well done. So then we'll keep the ball in the same place, and we're just going to go to arm openings. So little fingers together. We're slicing through the air, leading with your thumb on the inhale. So making a soft V, and then come back leading with a little finger on the exhale. So inhale, expand, taking the breath wide into the ribs, into the front and the back of the body. And then exhaling, let everything soften down. So the rib cage softens, front and back sides of the body soften. Could all be lower. So on my shoulder people, you could be just sweeping across the ground. Yeah, just reaching those fingertips down and a little bit out to the side. You don't have to go wide. Yeah, good. And we'll do 2 more, whichever version we're on. Use your breath. Inhale. Take that breath. Ribs, front and back of the body. Expand the whole of your body there. The waist, and then exhale. Just notice how everything naturally softens back towards the center. One last time. Inhale wide and full. We're going to wake up this middle part of the back and the body. Yeah, housing all our really important organs. And then exhaling, coming back. Release and relax all the way down. Let the arms just hang. Okay, so we're going to keep the ball in the same place and reach the right arm up. We can do a bent elbow, so shoulder people, anybody could do the bent elbow to come over to our left. Light squeeze on the ball will help stimulate the tummy and the back of the thighs and the glutes to keep you in a good position there. Inhale and exhale. Good, so then we can float the other arm up, soften the elbow, squeeze the ball, and then take that reach over towards our right. Yeah, lovely. Good. Inhaling and exhaling to recover. One more each way. So inhale the arm up. Good. And exhale as we stretch over to the side. Good. Inhale and exhale. Lovely. One more time. Just enjoy. Softness in the elbow. Right hand towards the thigh or on the thigh. And reaching gradually over towards our right. Good, and then all the way back to our start. Absolutely brilliantly done again. Okay, now we can put our ball down. We don't need that again. I want some wall push-ups for our strength today. So we've got 2 options here, guys. We've got fairly close to the wall with the hands wider than shoulder width. Yep, so I'll show you from here. Fairly close to the wall with the hands wider than shoulder width. So we've got a little bit of distance to push, to lower towards the wall, sorry, and push ourselves back. Yeah, I'll show you from here, if you can see from here. So we're going to lower towards the wall and then push ourselves back. Elbows go wide to bring our chest towards the mat, towards the wall. Yeah, good. So we're going to try 8 of those together. So, oh, sorry, the second option is to be a bit further away so that you're hinging from your ankles, and already when you get to the hands to the wall, you can feel the upper body having to do some work. The fingertips can face, for everybody, I'm a little 10 to 2, but our elbows are going to go wide. So forehead towards the wall and then push back. 8, a breath in, hinge from the ankle. Good, 7. Inhale to the wall. Yeah, make sure you're only hinging through the ankle, not from your hip. So there should be no bending from the hip. It's everything as one, coming towards the wall and away from the wall. Yeah, so hinge through the ankle, tighten the thighs and the buttocks, and push back. So it's kind of like our moving plank, isn't it, really, when we do a press up? Good, here comes our last one. To the wall. Keep the length through the spine, hinge only from the ankle, and then push yourself back. Now have a little release. Good, and then we can try 8 more of those, or if you wanted, back to where we were, whichever version you were on, closer to the wall to make it a less of a challenge, further away from the wall for a bit more of a challenge, and then we're going to try just a little push away. Yeah, so we're just going to push away. So it's quite a dynamic upper body movement. Now, obviously, if you've got issues in the neck and the shoulders and the wrists, you probably don't want to do that. You want to do 8 of your other version that we're just doing. Yeah, so we're ready, whichever we're choosing. We can inhale, exhale, push, inhale, land, exhale, push. Now, firm up the thighs and the glutes and the tummy muscles, so when you're pushing yourself back, you can feel that little bit of energy ricochet into the body. Good, inhale and exhale. 4, you might now be having a complete breather. 3, we're going for 2. Good, and then we're going for 1. Yeah, lovely. And then release the arms down. Very nice. Just actually feels quite good as long as the shoulders, neck, and wrists and elbows and all that upper body basically are feeling okay. Yeah, well done. Okay, so now we're going to head into our balance. So could we start just with our 15 count? Yeah, have a chair, a wall, a table handy. Stand on your left leg to start with. Maybe a bent knee, tighten the thigh and the buttock. Yeah, and then lift the right. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, that's it, 3, 2, 1. You've got it. And that's exactly what I want. That you've got something there that, yes, I've done 4 and then I need a little break. And then I've done another count of 4 or 3 and I need a little break. So that's what we want. But seeing if you can take the hand away. Good, standing on the right, so really challenge yourself. Softness in the knee, tighten the thigh and the buttock, lift the knee on the left, and again, fingertips to the chair, 15, 14, 13, 12, yeah, and you might be here, 11, 10, 9, just a fingertip, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, yes, and then come down. Really good game, really good. So wherever you've got to, you're just building on that. Wherever you've got to, you're just building. So if you're on your 5 counts, try and get it up to 6. Yeah. Okay, let's go back onto the left. Yeah, bent knee, thigh and buttock tight, lift the right, and then let's do our little wash the windows. Can we wash the windows? So again, it could be one wash of the windows, and then I've got to put my hand back. That's fine. Or foot down. Yeah? Yeah, good. Let's go 4. Let's go 3. Yeah, let's go 2. Let's go 1. And then lower down. Yeah? Really well done, guys. Really well done. So have that chair, wall, table for your support. Let's bring us onto our opposite leg. Tighten the thigh, lengthen up, bring the knee up. Good. And then our arm circles again. Good. 10, 9. You've got it. 8. Go 7. Where can you get to? 6. 5, good, wash those windows, 4 and 3, you are brilliant, 2 and 1, and then lower down. Interestingly, as a whole group, that was better. So maybe just that little bit of a momentum keeps us up. Really well done. Good, and then we're going to step out. We did this the other day, where we step out and then we come up to our lift, yeah? We'll practice first. So we're standing on our left. Make sure your area is clear as you step out. You're not going to step into your chair. So make sure your area is clear. So you're going to step out with your right. Yeah, take a little bend of the knee and then step back in. Yeah, so stepping out and stepping in. Yeah, stepping out and stepping in. Let's do that again a couple more times. Staying with this, absolutely fine. You're not going too far and your knee pretty much still facing forward. Option then for 5 repetitions, lunge out or step out, come up to balance. Yeah, step straight back out, come up to balance. It's that standing leg that's got to do the work. Yeah, so even if you come up and do a little bit and then have to put the foot down, it's fine. 2 more, coming out and then come up to our lift. Good, 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 good. Yeah, good, and then put the foot down, lovely. So it's that left side, so now it's going to be our right side that has to do the work. Let's do 6 where we just step out and in. Good, so we can just go out and come in, and you might be staying with this. You might think, well, this side's just a little bit tricky. My right side's just not going to be fired up enough. So we can make it a bit smaller, can't we? 3, just a little stride out. We'll go 2. Good, and then we'll go 1, and then you've got 5 as an option now, adding the little balance, but you don't have to. Yeah, so you're lunging out, use your right leg, lift. Yeah, do not worry if you're putting your foot down in between. Good, pushing off that left side to come up. Yeah, stepping out and modifying where you need for your knees, feet, ankles, yeah, hips. Yeah, lovely. Good, and we've got 1 more to do. So going out and then bringing up into our lift. Well done. Good, and then give the legs a shake. Superb. So we're going to do, standing on the left, we're going to step out, step back, step in. Yeah, so it's forward, side, back, and then in. Yeah, so let's go 4 on this going on our right, and then we're going to do 4 on our left. See if you can make it today quite a big movement. If you're feeling okay, then that's great, and if you need to modify it, you make it smaller. Yeah. So we're standing on our left. Our right leg's going to move. Maybe we've got our hands on our hips or just by the side of us, whichever feels good. So step out and in, step side and in, step back and in. Yeah, number 1. Step forward. Now your left foot is down. Yeah, step out, come back in. Step back. Yeah, and in. That's 2 down, 2 to go. Step forward and back. Step to the side and back. Oh, gosh, there's a squirrel on the wall outside my house here, right on the road. Cheeky little thing. Good, and side. Good, and then back. Good. Was that 4? Was that 4? Yes, good. I'm getting a move on, move on. Other side. So stay on the right. We're stepping forward now with the left. Let's go 4 of these. So forward and back and out and back, step back. That's the tricky one. We've got to trust ourselves there. Good. We go forward. You're doing so well, gang. Good. You're making it less for the knees. So it could be just a step. It doesn't have to be a big knee bend. Good. 2 to go. Go forward. Maybe we can make it bigger. So maybe we can test ourselves and go out a little bit wider. Maybe we can go a little bit further back. Good. And then one more time. Going forward and in. Going back. So the side, sorry, and in. And then going back. We are there and we're back in. Give the legs a shake. Really well done. Now straight into foot pedals. Arms at the side. Good. Bend the left knee as the left heel lifts. And then switch, bend the right knee. Good. Inhale and exhale. You've got it. You've got it. Lovely. Good. And then if we wanted, we add arms shoulder height and arms down. Arms shoulder height and arms down. We go 8 and down. We go 7 and down. We're going 6 and down. We've got 5 and down. We go 4. Inhale, exhale, 3 and down. We go 2. Good, and we go 1, and then we lower both heels. Really well done. Good, and then from our last bit here, foot pedals, but we're going to go really quickly. So we're going to switch and switch. Get in the groove, and then really speed it up. So we're getting that lower leg doing some work. Now, if the hips move, it's absolutely fine. So we go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then give the legs a little shake out. Brilliant. Okay, so that brings us into our stretches. So just enjoy the next few minutes now. So we'll go from that lower body where we've done all our work to start with. So let's use our wall again. So I'll just stay here, but imagine I've got both hands on my wall. One leg in front, it doesn't matter which, and then the other leg takes a long stride back. Now, you don't have to use a wall if you don't want to. But it's quite good just to give us that upper body position. Yeah, gang, I can see this. What I would like is you to be upright. Yeah, so think of your shoulders pretty much over your hips. Yeah, so then the energy comes from you lightly pushing the wall away and that energy back into that back heel rather than you having to round into it. Yes. So notice then, if you've done that upper body position change there from rounding, you've got the upper body working, you've got the back working, you've got the lovely sense of openness across the chest, haven't you, as well as the calf stretch. Go a couple of extra breaths. Well done. And then release. Now, could we roll up to the ball of the foot? Roll up to the toes and then roll over to the top of the toes. You might just need to use your hand on the wall as well. Good, and then step the feet together. Have the hands on the wall. Step back with the other leg. Yeah. Good, chest is lifted, shoulders are over the hips, the gaze is ahead, the heel is on the ground, that back heel is on the ground, remember? And you're stretching out now. So not just from the heel, but you're almost kind of using that whole leg to lengthen out and to press down into the heels. So you might even feel that openness into the hip. The chest is lifted, the gaze is ahead, there's openness across the front of the body. And notice our back having to work at the same time. Inhaling and exhaling. Good, maybe leave the fingertips on the wall now. Lift to the ball of the foot. Lift then to the tippy toes, roll over the top to the top of the toes and find that stretching to the front of the foot. Inhale and exhale, release the arms and step the feet back together. Step the feet together. Good, and then we'll take the feet wide. We'll come over to one side to find our regular inner thigh stretch. Now you might decide to take the feet less wide. Yeah, but what I want you to feel is quite a gentle pull on that inner thigh area on our right side, if you're with me. We can turn the body away from the leg that we're stretching, and that actually helps increase the stretch. So stretching your right inner thigh, turning towards the left or vice versa. And then we'll gradually come to our central position. And we'll switch to the other side. So easing over towards our right side if you're with me, vice versa, absolutely fine. See what's happening with this knee, that you're not here. You don't want the knee over the toes. You want the knee pretty much nestled over the ankle. Good. You can turn the body lightly away. Notice that as you rotate through the waist, you'll shift the hips a little bit and you can increase that inner thigh stretch then. If you wanted to, that's not essential at all. And then gradually come out of that. Step forward with your right, sit back into your hamstring stretch and lifting your toes if you wanted. I'll just show you from the side. So your right leg slightly further forward, your left leg is bent and your toes have lifted. We go back to that lovely long lengthened spine. The hips being square on, so we're not twisting the hips if we can. We're going to keep those hips square and we're going to pull the sit bones back. Yes, we're going to pull the bottom back. And we should feel quite a good stretch down the back of the leg without straining the back of the knee. Good, pop the foot down and then same as the other side. So your left leg is out, your hands are lightly on your bent right knee, you hinge your hips back, that might be enough, or you pick up your toes if you wanted. Yeah, so remember you're thinking bottom back, so we're not rounding. Yeah, we're going to send the bottom back, the sit bones back, and we should get quite a good stretch down the back of the leg, making sure it feels comfortable as you do that. Come out of that, grab your chair. Yeah, for your front and thigh stretch, I'm going to give that as an option for everybody today. So you've got your chair. You might even put your blanket on top of your chair so your foot feels comfortable. I'll show you on a bit of an angle there. Good, so stand one leg slightly further forward. You might even use your hand on your chair to help you up. Foot goes onto the top of the chair. And then we lengthen up. We lengthen up, we can tighten the buttocks, and we should get quite a nice stretch down the front of the thigh. Yeah, good. And if we wanted a little bit more, we start to bend the opposite knee, and that takes our bent knee lower and gives us more of a stretch down the front of the thigh. You don't have to do that, so don't compromise your standing leg. While we're here, if you can for me, add a little chest stretch. So taking the hands behind you, you don't have to because you might still be holding onto the chair. Good, release. Now to come out of it, we'll draw the leg in a little bit and then just see if we can lift the leg and put it to the floor. Good, give the legs a little shake out. This is our last stretch. So now we're going to put the other foot onto the top of the chair. If you're doing this stretch with me, you're lengthening up, tightening the buttocks, and that should give us quite a reasonable pull in the front of the thigh. Yeah, it's a good one for protecting the knee, so we don't have to pull on the knee, do we? Yeah, we don't have to do any more flexing. And if we wanted, only if we wanted, would we bend the supporting knee, and that lowers the stretching leg a little bit further down towards the ground, doesn't it? So that can increase that stretch. Just be really mindful that that feels okay for you. Good, now we'll come slowly out of that. Good, stepping a little bit away, helping your leg out of that position. We'll take the hands behind the back, draw the shoulder blades together. Last stretch, lift the chest, lift your gaze. Opening across the front of the body, release the arms, sweep the arms up if we wanted, and then exhale the palms all the way up to the sky. Good. And then when you're ready, release and exhale the arms all the way down. Well done.